What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the Jordan Davis Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Davis, and if you're new here, welcome. I talk about all things movies, blockbusters, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, anything you can think of about movies. This channel talks about them, and I'm glad that you're here. So, if you like that kind of stuff, if you just like talking about movies, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It would grow this channel a lot, so I greatly appreciate it if you would join the Jordan Davis Podcast channel. So, one reason why you're here is because of the title and what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about what I would do if I was the head of Lucasfilm. Now, this is not a kind of video that is going to say, oh, Kathleen Kennedy is a terrible person and this is what I would do. No, I don't. I think she is a great CEO. I think she has done great things with her time there. So if you think this is going to be a hate video, no, that's not what my channel is about. This is just from a fan point of view of what we are at the moment with Star Wars. We got The Mandalorian. We went through the Skywalker saga. And we're getting even more TV shows on Disney Plus. And so I really just want to, really tell about what I'm going to, if I was in charge, what I would do. And pretty much I agree everything that is going on with Star Wars right now. Just a couple of things I would tweak, right? I think from what I'm coming from, I just want Star Wars to succeed. I just want Star Wars to put the kind of stories that really got me into Star Wars in the first place, that love, hope, redemption, and kind of thing that really got me into Star Wars. The kind of feeling that when you watch the original trilogy, in some instances when you watch the prequels, and obviously was the sequel trilogy as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna go right into it right now. One of the things I would change personally is I think we need another trilogy, sequel trilogy. I really think how we ended on the Skywalker saga, it just didn't feel right to me. Now, I'm not the only person that felt that way. Tons of people had their issues with the sequel trilogy. I didn't have that many issues. I loved The Force Awakens. I really loved The Last Jedi. I think that's pretty much my favorite Star Wars film. And the reason why I like The Last Jedi so much is it could stand on its own, right? It can stand on its own in story. And that's why I like it so much. I mean, it's great that's in the Skywalker saga. I think Rian Johnson did a tremendous job with the characters that he was given. But if this wasn't in a grand story, I think The Last Jedi would have been a really, really great standalone movie, to be honest with you. But it wasn't, and so it was even better being in the Skywalker saga. And it really built up excitement for me for what was come. But that's kind of my issue with what the things I would change. I would not retcon so much of The Last Jedi. Now, not everything got retconned. It just felt like to me, and you can go back to my previous videos and how I felt about the rise of Skywalker. I just believe that it didn't mix well with The Last Jedi. I believe the rise of Skywalker mixed better as a continuation of The Force Awakens instead of The Last Jedi. And so that's why I think they really need to change course. Now, when I mean by change course, I mean like getting on the path what they were on The Last Jedi. Now, so the things I would change is go deeper into Dark Ray. Okay, you got another sequel trilogy going into 10, 11, and 12. Go into that Dark Ray, because I truly believe she hasn't really conquered what she said she put out to conquer. She's still dealing with that darkness within her. And I truly believe that if you can go deeper into that, make it be like, if like Rey does not have Ben Solo, his dyad, I think she would just go out of control. That's pretty much the truth. Because through all her life, she had that forced connection, which she didn't even know of Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, whatever you wanted to say, whatever your favorite one, but she had that dyad to really suppress her, to really balance her. Even Ben Solo did. He didn't go like crazy because, you know, he had Han Solo's heart, and two, he had that connection. Even though he did not know what that connection was, he had that dyad that was Rey. Now, I want to know what happens when you're disconnected with that dyad. And I want to see how dark you can get. I mean, obviously it's Star Wars. But then again, they showed someone burned alive in the Revenge of the Sith with Anakin, so there's a degree of darkness you can go to. But I think there's great things you can do with Rey when you explore her darkness even more. And I do think you can still bring back Ben Solo. And I kind of think you can dive more into Ben Solo, like go through trials through the Force. There's a thing called World Between Worlds. It's kind of a other kind of world that I guess you can say it's a spiritual world. I'm not really, I'm not totally have the best kind of knowledge on the World Between Worlds. I kind of know the concept of it, but I think while she is going through this darkness and slowly losing herself, we can have at the same time Ben Solo going through trials of, okay, he passed this, he passed this, he passed this, and even confronting the people he did not get to truly confront. Like, we were supposed to get like some kind of talk, some kind of discussion, some kind of conversation between Luke and Ben. Maybe we get that, right? And maybe the more he progresses, the more Rey progresses to the dark side, and you can finally have Ben Solo be that person to save Rey from that destructive path. And so that's what I would kind of do. I would give more Ben Solo, because literally Ben Solo is pretty much the perfect combination. You have kind of the Han Solo-ness of him, and you have the Skywalker. It's like the perfect mesh, right? Perfect combination that you can bring your franchise forward. And obviously you can do young Ben Solo, because people want that too. But I think at the end of the day, people just want Ben Solo content. Mostly after Tross. Mostly, the World Between Worlds. How would he be going through that? And so I think that would be a great thing to do. And obviously I would be setting up the World Between Worlds through different TV shows like Ahsoka. pretty much a Rebels sequel, going through really understanding what is the world between worlds. Now, I'm not saying that this needs to be like the multiverse in Marvel. No, multiverse, in my opinion, would not work in Star Wars. It's kind of like the same thing as time traveling. Kind of change the events. It's like, no, there's one timeline. There will always be one timeline, but I think there are still ways you can bring back Ben Solo. Because obviously he did not die, right? He did not die. If he truly died, he would have got the same treatment as Luke and Leia and all the other people that turned to the light side and would have got that Force Ghost. That would be officially the, okay, he's dead, you know, he's with his family. No, we don't know where he is. We don't. And I kind of think the prospect of him living in Rey, it's like, that's not really good. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't go for that. You would have to convince me very, very good to make me be okay with that. But I think just like I think he is still alive, and just going through that world between world, I think that would be a great kind of story to tell. And also on Disney Plus, really build on the concept of the world between worlds through this Disney Plus series, cartoons, video games, or whatever, to really teach people what the concept is, what are the rules, what can you do, and what you cannot do. And I think I would really set that up for Star Wars, because with the world between worlds, you can do a lot of stuff with. Not just with the Skywalkers, you can go into the past and stuff. So I think that would be cool. And so bringing back Ben Solo, doing more with him, the world between worlds, that's what I would do. Now, I think the second thing I would do was I would do more of the Disney Plus kind of shows, like do a like Obi-Wan Kenobi, do like a long movie on Disney Plus, like we're getting Ahsoka. I believe we would never got a Ahsoka movie. I just don't think we would. But doing a long form kind of movie / limited series, I think that's a great thing to do. And so maybe you can do like so many type of things, like we're doing Patty Jenkins kind of movie. Even though that's not on Disney Plus, it's something new, it's something original. Even though it's in the world of Star Wars, it's something we have never seen before. And so even though I did not exactly like Wonder Woman 84, I still like her as a director. She did Wonder Woman, so she knows how to direct a great movie. And I'm really interested in how she would direct a pilot movie, a kind of movie we've never seen in the Star Wars. So I think I'm excited to see that. And so I would, if I was in control, I would do like, if things are not, you don't want to put on a big screen, okay, it's still good to do Disney Plus with long form storytelling. I would keep on continuing that. And I think the next thing would be, it's one of my, I think, big things for me. I would expand on the dyad. What does it mean? And how many other dyads were there? And personally, for me, I would do Knights of the Old Republic. I would make Darth Revan and Bastila the first dyad. Where did the first dyad come from? let it be them. They're pretty much already, Kylo Ren and Rey in the future. Like, the last time there was a dyad, it was these people. It was Bastila. It was Darth Revan. And I think, like, explore Darth Revan and Bastila too. I mean, you can make the Knights of the Old Republic pretty much the Game of Thrones of Star Wars. Now, I'm not saying it needs to be bloody and guts. No, I don't need that. But you can get away with some stuff, and you got the source material. I mean, you have it all. You have it all. I mean, you can change stuff a little, but as long as it stays in the spirit of the characters and everything else, don't change a lick. Give the people what they want, right? Give the people what they want. And if you stay on that course, I believe this TV series or movie, however, heck, make it into a trilogy. I would prefer put on Disney Plus. That's one of the things I would do. But if you do it correctly and you do it right, I believe this show would kind of change Disney Plus, how Marvel Studios is changing Disney Plus. Just how Game of Thrones changed HBO. I mean, it put HBO like super on the map. Even though they have the Sopranos and all the other TV shows that made HBO famous, if you do Knights of the Old Republic in Game of Thrones kind of style, it's going to put Disney Plus in a whole different kind of atmosphere, right? So, and if you wanted to, you could go into the separate characters differently. Like, you can go into Darth Revan differently. Like, kind of like this, like the Marvel series does. You can have, like, their own standalone things. And so, and that goes for all kinds of characters. And I think you can do that a lot on Disney Plus. So, to really wrap things up, this is what I would do. Bring back Ben Solo, right? And really explore World Between Worlds. That's what I would do, right? And like I said, it would just put Star Wars in a whole different level. It would bring more people back, because, like, how did Ben Solo come back? In Dark Rey. I think if you do more with Dark Rey, I think that would bring more people back. And two, do more TV series, do more things on Disney Plus, like Obi-Wan, Andor, and all the Ahsoka. I think do more shows like that. I think to build off of Disney Plus, like keep on building on the Mandalorian. And so I think it would be a great thing. And number 3, I want to know more about the dyad. What is this dyad? And I would make Darth Revan and Bastila, the first dyad. And I would make, like how we haven't seen a dyad in this many years, and make it even more important why Ben Solo and Rey are dyads. Make it like there's only like been 2 groups of dyads: Bastila and Revan, Ben Solo and Rey. And you can go into how was that created, and you can even, in the Knights of the Old Republic, how did Sith and Jedi become enemies? What happened? And so you can do that with the Knights of the Old Republic. So I think that would be a really cool thing to do. So those are my top 3 things I would do to change how I would kind of move forward Lucasfilm, how I would change some things, and that's just really how I think I would get back into Lucasfilm, because Lucasfilm right now is kind of, it's kind of meh right now. And that's how I would rejuvenize Lucasfilm, how I would really push it into the future with Disney Plus and with theaters and all that. So that's what I would do. But now that I said that, what are your top 3 things you would do if you had control of Lucasfilm? What were the things would you push forward? What would you take back? What would you discard? And what did you think of my 3 things? I would love to hear from you from the comments below. I would love to hear what are your 3 things that you would do. So I'm so excited to hear from you, and yeah, I can't wait to see what all you would do if you were in control of Lucasfilm. So, since that is the end of the podcast, I want to thank all of you for watching and listening. And I'm on Instagram, on Twitter, the Jordan Davis 1. So if you want to follow me, so you want to get updates on what I'm doing, just follow my Twitter, just follow my Instagram, so you know everything that is going to happen. And also remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, so you know when all my videos come out, so you are the first one to know. So until next time, I want to thank all of you for listening and watching. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.